I'm on a set of Generation Iron, and I'm taking my new favorite supplement, Game Face. I used to take Alpha Brain, but it's twice as strong, and I'm a big nootropic guy, and I need it when I do films like this. So, like me, I think you should get your Game Face on. Alright, guys, what is going on? I haven't seen you guys in about 2-3 months, whatever it's been since I put the last video up. As some of you know already from watching, like, the not Generation, what the hell am I talking about? Watching RX Muscle. My sister passed away, and, I appreciate everybody's comments, that wish me, condolences and sorry for my loss and all that. You don't have to put a comment down. I appreciate it. I know everybody's, heart is good and everything. And, it's very tough for me because I was very close with my sister. And, I have no parents. My parents are gone. So, it was just me and my sister. I do have children, obviously. But, now I'm like the lone survivor. So, and I'm good. I'm totally good. It's a long story, but it was a long battle. Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the RX thing going on with Leo, Dave, and everybody. So I'm going to put my 2 cents in. I'm going to talk about a few little things like that. I'm going to tell you a story, okay, maybe a little lesson to be learned. And it's a story from back in the day. I've never told the story, and they're probably going to do part 2, and I'm going to talk about, like, death and, because of everything I've gone through. And, I've seen people killed right in front of me, all right? I've seen death, and death is ugly. I've seen somebody shot, and two people shot right in front of me a long time ago. I seen it, and it's pretty bad. And I see my sister die right in front of me. I saw my father die in front of me, and I saw my mother die. I didn't see my mother die. I saw it right after she died. You know what I mean? But I've seen death, and I have a lot of experience with that. I see my girlfriend's dead body. This big path of devastation there for me. And, I've had to get through that. And so I want to help you guys. And I don't know if you guys know, I've had bodybuilding up to here. Up for nothing. Okay? So I don't do a lot. I still do in the industry. I still work for Joe Pietaro. I still do the Muscle Sport mag, print mag. I write the column Talking Smack, as you all know. I wrote the legendary column Ramblin' Freak for many years. I have just done a television show for, it's going to be on AMC and all that. It's going to be a while, though, so you got to give that time. They just got back again to me and asked me for more footage. Ironically, they just asked me the goddamn footage about me with the fucking arm. But this has been a 3-year project. We'll get to that. I actually did a show for TMC, too, the movie channel. So AMC and TMC, those are all in the tank, and I'll let you know when they come out and how that all works out. We could watch it, 3 years, though. So, what else? So I'm going to talk, but a lot of people don't know that what I do is I do some life coaching, not personal training. I don't want to get into that here, and it's got nothing to do with bodybuilding. But a lot of people that I deal with, that I do on personally, has to do with, anxiety, grief, and a lot of that kind of stuff, and other subjects, that, whatever. Okay, so, and I'm not telling you any of that because I'm looking for anything. I want any, I'm telling you that because I'm going to bring some of that here. I want you people to get, the benefits of what I've gone through. And there's a lot of YouTube creators out there. I'm a YouTube content creator, and this is a joke to me because I see people talking about stuff and they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Okay, again, I've seen not one but 2 people shot dead in front of me. Right there, boom, in front of me. Okay? And I can tell you, I've seen my girlfriend's dead body. Like I said, I've seen so much shit. And I sat in a jail, and I've had shit you wouldn't fucking believe happen to me. So, I've come through it, and I don't have anxiety. I don't have what most people had, that type of anxiety and stuff. I get you know, I have, you know, I think of my parents and my sister and everything, and it hurts. But I don't have anxiety, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to help a lot of you people who have anxiety with this. And I'm going to do, this is just part one of the video. I'm starting with this because I just want to get, it's more time sensitive. We just talked about the thing with Leo Rex and Dave and Johnny Bravo and John Romano and all of them. And I just want to get that, you know, I just want to discuss that for a split second, and then we'll get into more stuff. I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this another tape, another video, about, you know, the death and all that stuff, and I'll explain to you what happened with my sister and everything. If you want to hear that. If you don't want to hear that, I'm telling you now that when I get to that part, I'll tell you. Now we're going to go into the next level, and then you could just, you know, turn off the video. You know, okay. I'm doing these videos here because I want to help people. I don't give two shits. I don't make money doing this shit. YouTube are not giving me no scuttle. Okay. You know, there's no GoFundMe or any of that stuff, you know, from my family or any of that. I'm not standing out to it to 10 cup, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to do that shit. You know, these people, I'm watching people on YouTube here, you know, that have millions of followers, and they're making tens of thousands of dollars off YouTube, and then they even have that little, like donate button and all that shit, you know? I'm not doing that, okay? I'm not doing that. What else was I going to say? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is first I'm going to start with the RX thing. And then maybe I'm going to tell you guys the story, and then I'm going to maybe start the death thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out as the video goes on. But then if not, I'm going to do it in a second. I'm going to definitely do a couple videos here, because I think it's going to get a lot to help you guys, because I want to help you. Okay? I don't want to... Do you guys really... If you don't know that fucking... You know... I got so many fucking videos out there how to build big fucking biceps and big triceps and, you know, and the legs, which are my best body part, believe it or not, not my arms. But I have so many videos out there, and I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to do the Dell video. I know, I get it, you guys, okay? I get that shit. I'm going to do that, but I want to do other stuff too, okay? Because I don't want to just be no fucking bodybuilding, you know, there's more to life than bodybuilding. Because right now, bodybuilders are dying, and there's a lot of people dying, and there's a lot of bullshit going on, and we got... You know, Satan has taken over this country, and it's fucked up, a lot of stuff that's happening. And, you know, we gotta, you know, I gotta try to see if I can help some of you people. If I could just help one of you people get through this, then I feel good about that, all right? Because I gotten through my stuff. And, yeah, it's, you know, I've been there. When I tell you things, I tell you from experience. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Even Dave Palumbo talks to me. We talk privately about bodybuilding and stuff, you know, different things and everything. And he'll tell you, oh, no, Greg knows. Dude, you got to understand, I started this in 1972. Dave didn't start till like 1990, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this a long time. I'm 10 years older than Dave, you know? And I love Dave. And let's get into that now. So, Dave Palumbo is a brother to me. Okay, we're friends outside of bodybuilding. You know, I text him, see how he's doing from the hurricane and stuff. You know, I talk to him on the phone about different things and everything. And you know, when he was living here in New York, I saw him, and you know, Dave's like a brother to me. I love Dave Palumbo, I do, and I love his family. You know, his wife's a great woman. His children are beautiful children. I love Dave. I love all my RX brothers. John Romano. What you guys don't understand is John Romano, Dave Palumbo, myself, with George sometimes and Jimmy the Bull, we all worked for MD. We all worked at MD a long time, man. You're talking a long time. 20 years ago we were together. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I worked there for 15 years. Romano was there 18 years. Dave was there maybe 10. You know, but I'm saying, you know, we all worked together for years. The RX team, we've been together. The after hours guys, the main guys, you know, talking about, you know, Dave, John Romano, myself, a little bit of George, you know, he worked spotty with us, okay, and Jimmy the Bull, okay. We all been together a long time, man. You know, when my sister died, Jimmy the Bull called me, he was like upset, and was telling me, I'll come over to the house right now, drive up to, you know, he's in Long Island, I'm in Westchester, which is the little brother of the Bronx, where I'm originally from, the Bronx. So, you know, he was ready to come up. Jimmy's originally from Brooklyn. So he was ready to come up here, you know what I mean? Like, that's how much we love each other, you know, all us guys. We're really, really, really close. Now you bring in Richard Rodriguez, is a good guy, man. He's a very good guy, and Johnny Bravo is a great guy, too, you know what I mean? They're all good guys, you know? I mean, I love Dave. This is a picture of me kissing Dave. Oh, wait, that's not Dave, that's me kissing Snooki. Wait. Here's a picture of me kissing Dave. All right, all right. Okay, it's all in fun. Relax. Simmer down. So now let's get a little bit more into the Leo thing. Okay. All right. So Leo is a. I like Leo. I'm not going to put Leo down. I'm not going to fight with Leo. I understand the whole thing with Leo and Dave. All right. Dave's my friend, and of course I support my friend. But I'm friends with Leo too. And I'm way close. You know, Dave's a brother to me, so it's not, yeah, I'm way closer with Dave. But you know, the thing is, I'm not going to get involved in that. There's people, you know, that shit to me is a little bit, you know, what goes on the internet, like, it's a little bit petty, you know. I'm not going to get in the middle of that. All right, I'm not going to bash. Leo Rex has never done anything wrong to me. As a matter of fact, Leo hasn't done nothing but give me good advice on different situations with supplements and stuff. So has Dave. So I'm not going to get in the middle of that, all right? A lot of it has to do, you know, it has to do with the whole Boston Lloyd thing really exploded. And, you know, but I can tell you right now, we talk off camera, we're all friends, including John Bravo. And I'm going to tell you right now that they all liked Boston Lloyd a lot, and none of them disliked Leo. Okay? Just Dave and Leo kind of hit heads a little bit. And it had to do with, actually started with Big Lenny. Okay? Because of, you know, Dave tries to help Big Lenny. And Big Lenny, you know, he doesn't want to hear it. Doesn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to, you know, he has his own way of doing things, and that's okay. Who, any of us, to say anything. So, Lenny has his own way of doing things, and he wasn't really listening to Dave. And when Dave and Leo talked personally, Dave was telling, you know, Leo, I don't know if Lenny's going to, you know, make it. All he's got to start taking care of him. He's got to start doing things to help his life here, you know, with the eating and taking care of himself the way, you know, with all that gut shit, you know. And, you know, Leo got emotional a little bit, and that's the way it got. You know what I mean? He felt like Dave kind of was disrespecting Lenny, and he didn't like certain things that Dave said, and that's it. I'm not going to get too deep and personal into that. But that doesn't mean Dave and Leo, I think they just got their lines crossed a little bit. I don't think one understood how the other one felt, okay? So it became a riff, and then the Boston Lloyd thing broke the camel's back. Broke the camel's back. But I can't sit here, you know, I know Johnny Bravo just did the video, but Johnny was actually, I knew Johnny was going to do the video before he did the video. And Johnny was saying he said, I'm going to talk, because he thinks maybe, you know, that if he said things, certain things, he might be able to patch this. I know it. I know you may be watching the video here now, and you may be saying, well, I saw the video Johnny did. How's that patching up? He attacked Leo. He did. He did attack Leo. But I think what he was trying to do was almost like, hey, come here, hey, understand, listen, look at the way the situation is. There's no reason for us to all be at each other. I'm not, again, Dave's my brother. I got his back always. But I'm not, this is not a fight. There's no fucking street fight. There's nobody trying to stab him or something like that. If there was, I'd jump on Dave, you know, I'd stand right next to Dave. Okay? This is a petty internet squabble. And I happen to like Leo Rex. He's done nothing for me to not like. He's shown me respect. He's shown me love. And I'm not going to go against him because him and Dave are having a cat fight. I look at that as like a cat fight. But I'm never going to go against Dave. I'm not going to throw Dave under the bus. You understand? I would never do that. I'm not putting any blame on either one of those two guys. I think that they both, Dave warned the Boston Lights. Don't ever think he didn't. Okay? Dave did. I can tell you for a fact, Dave did. He was very upset. They was very upset about Boston Lloyd. And I know for a fact that Leo was upset because I talked to Leo personally on the phone. And Leo was very upset. They're both on the same side. It's that they kind of looking over at the fence and thinking different things, okay? Instead of getting together on this. I thought maybe, and I think that Johnny Bravo thought maybe if he did this video, he'd push that, like kind of smacking into line, so to speak. You know, wake up, hey, listen, come on. I think that's Johnny's intention was. Whether it blew up or not, I don't know. But again, John Romano, when he said about Boston Lloyd, I know what he meant. I talked to Leo about it. He was very upset and very hurt. And I've talked to John Romano about it. And John Romano didn't mean any disrespect. He genuinely does like Boston Lloyd. They sat in the same studio together. They know each other. You know what I mean? It's just that he had his opinion about thinking, certain things were, not right, and that's it. And, now, I know you guys think that I'm just trying to play the nice guy role and all that stuff, and it's not true. I don't have any animosity towards anybody. I'm done with the Lou Ferrigno thing. That's over and done with. And for the few guys who threw a little bit of comments, I saw them. Okay, I couldn't comment. I got too much shit I'm doing right now, personal stuff. But let me just explain to you a little bit about the Lou Ferrigno thing really fast. Okay, I knew Lou's father, Lou's brother, Lou's cousin. I used to deal with them. I used to buy equipment off them and everything. Okay, now, they never did anything wrong to me. It was his brother. First of all, Lou went to Steve Bleckman and told Steve Bleckman, see, he didn't like my column. He didn't like the Rambler Freak. He's one of the few, by the way, okay, that did not like it. He felt like I would say different things in there. I'd say outrageous shit, girls' asses and everything, and he felt like that didn't belong in a bodybuilding magazine. He has the right to his opinion. He told Steve Bleckman his exact words were, GREGG VALENTINO cheapens that magazine. Now, this is when I first got hired by him, by Steve. Now, I let it go. I didn't say a word. Okay, Steve Bleckman told me. And then, Andy Ferrigno, Lou's brother, called me, and we talked, and he was very upset because after Lou's father died, he did the whole thing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and get into the, sued the family, Lou, and, I'm not going to get into that, which meant the mother and everything. So the mother gave me the father's deathbed letter, so through Andy, gave it to Andy to give to me. And I got it, and I'm never going to fucking post it. I don't care. Well, Lou could spit in my face, and I would never post that letter, because it would destroy, it's a very mean thing, a letter. But I can tell you this, I have no animosity towards Lou. I let it go. But, when I came out in the magazines and I exposed the whole thing, because of Andy Ferrigno coming to me and asking me for help, and I did, and I got him into National Lampoon. The magazine there, what the hell's the name of that movie? The National Enquirer. I got him in the magazine. I was in there many times. But anyway, I was in there with the Maury Povich scandal. You have no idea, because I was in a big involvement with his producer and shit. But regardless, so when that happened, it caused a big rift between me and Lou. And if people started sending me videos of Lou, like telling 10-year-old kids, you gave, being nasty to my comic book signings and stuff, because he wanted to scuttle, give me $50, you gave a picture, take it, I'll give you an autograph. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. That's how all that came about. But I'm done with that. I'm just explaining to you why some people think oh, well, you did have a feud with Lou. Okay, and the thing with Franco Colombo was he tried to pick up my ex-wife, and he got stupid with me and Alessandro Save, who was one of my brothers too, close friend of mine. It just, he just, Franco was just, he was very arrogant, very strange guy, okay? And I knew him, so I could say that, all right? These are experiences I have with these people. It's different when you get internet guys, and they don't even know each other, you know what I mean? Or they're not involved in this situation, but they want to do video. I'm done with the Ferrigno thing. My God in heaven, Matt's been going a long time. That stuff with the National Enquirer and me and Andy Ferrigno and the stuff I put in the magazines is done a long time. The Cake Boss and I are good friends. It's actually Alessandro Moro and all them. They're buddy. They're actually Alessandro Save's first cousin. You know what I mean? And I used to go to the Cake Boss, down to the Cake Boss shop where they do the television show and everything. And he gave us cake and everything. But what I'm saying is, he was telling me stories, so I put those stories out there. But the thing is, I'm done with that. I said it a long time ago on RX Muscle. I'm done. I don't care. I don't want to fight with anybody anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking 62 years old. I don't need this shit. So I don't argue with anybody anymore. It is what it is. I'm done pulling guys out of cars and shit like that. Because they're on my ass. I don't care anymore. You put your brakes in my ass and fucking pull over. Go ahead, past me. You know what I mean? If I'm going too slow, I don't drive fast. I drive slow. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. The tough guy stuff is done. All that stuff's done. And I'm going to give you a story about that in a minute, so cool your jets. So that's the whole thing about the Lou Ferrigno thing. For the few people who asked about that, or threw a comment when somebody said, "Oh, he's a nice guy," I'm not trying to play that nice guy role. I just don't. I'm drama free. You understand? I don't want no drama. I don't give a shit who talks about who on the internet. There's guys who blast me. The Untold thing, you fucking liar. And I don't even care. Think what you want. Think what you want. Whatever. You want to think I got a gallon of fucking motor oil in me? Go ahead. Do you think I give a shit? Do you think that affects my life? It does not.
I grew up reading Muscular Development.
Listen,
they told it to you straight. GREGG Valentino told it to you straight. Remember that dude?
Oh yeah.
Arms?
Well, he inject synthol in his arms, make them like balloons. Yeah.
Fucked up, but he would tell you the real.
Yeah, come on, Greg.
This is the man with the biggest biceps in the world.
Literally has the biggest biceps on earth.
Your arms are huge. He was able to stake his claim as having the biggest biceps in the world.
Wait till you get a load of these.
GREGG Valentino. Going to the gym with GREGG Valentino. I'm going to the club with GREGG Valentino.
I think steroids are as American as apple pie.
GREGG Valentino. GREGG Valentino.
They had a GREGG Valentino and his big biceps. GREGG Valentino.
His 340-mile-an-hour fastball is a sight to see.
One man's biceps get so big they look like they're going to explode.
The world's largest arms. Remember that guy? I mean, look at that.
I'm going to the gym with GREGG Valentino.
What's going on? It's GREGG Valentino, and I made a deal with myself for the New Year's. I'm going to start eating good. So that's why I'm eating meatballs. All right? Because I'm also a New York Guinea, and I talk with my mouth full. Now, wait a minute. My girlfriend, she was eating this. She would put this shit on there. It's got her father's picture right there. But I can't handle spice. But what I do to kick it up a notch is I'll take a Game Face. GameFaceSupplements.com. Right there, bro. Nootropic Smart Drug. Put it right on the fucking meatball. Look at that. Okay? Right there. Gotta wash it down with a little root beer. Diet root beer. Anyway. You need to put your Game Face on. Whoa! That's a spicy meatball. I can tell you that now. I walk away from this sport and so fast you'd never knew I was here. I don't give two shits, okay? I love my brothers on RX, okay? Those are my boys. Jimmy the Bull and I have been friends a long fucking time, bro. We go to Little Italy together, eat dinner together, he's my boy, bro, okay? George, Mr. G, you guys have no idea. The people who put him down, you have no fucking clue. You have no idea. He's a fucking good guy, very smart guy, a very motivational guy. But he's also not a guy that you want to fuck with. He fights MMA, and he's fucking very good at it. Jimmy the Bull, same thing. Jimmy the Bull's been MMA, was a Marine, recon Marine. He was a bad dude, bro. You know what I mean? He can kick the ceiling. It's fucking, you'd be shocked. Those are guys you don't want to fuck with. Johnny Bravo, I love Johnny Bravo. He's legit, bro. He's you know, I actually think he does a great job doing the fucking, the videos he does is fucking phenomenal. Sometimes he likes to play the ends against the middle, but that's how you do that shit. That's what gets you to hit, you know, gets you to hits and gets you on there, okay? You know, and he genuinely liked Leo Rex, and he genuinely, you know, he actually genuinely liked Big Rob. Big Rob's a good guy, guys. I'm sorry. I've talked with Big Rob. My girlfriend talks with Big Rob and everything. You have no idea. Big Rob, he's a really good guy. I don't give a fuck. Is he wacky? We're all wacky. Who cares? That gives him flavor. But he loves his family. He's a good father to his children. I don't give a shit. I saw the video with him with that little girl. He wasn't hitting on that little girl. Mother was right there. Give me a break. He was just trying to be nice. You guys are mistaking a lot of nice. You see, that's the problem with the internet. You don't know the real deal unless you know these people. I'm not going to talk about people I don't know. Big Rob's a good guy, okay? Lenny's a good guy. These guys, don't bother nobody, okay? You know, and as far as Leo and Dave go, that's really between them two. But I think that they should. They both love Boston Lloyd. There's no, and they both love Big Lenny. So there's really no reason that they should fucking be at each other's throat. I think they, you know what I think they need to do? Talk privately. Not with me there. I don't want to be there. Not with Johnny Bravo there. Not with, you know, John Romano. John Romano, he doesn't talk shit. John Romano's probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met. That fucking guy can do anything. You have no idea. He could build a house. He could fucking do your plumbing. He could do your electric. He could build a motorcycle, build a race car. He does shit you wouldn't fucking believe. John Romano's an amazing guy, if you got to know him. Okay? If you took the time to know John Romano, he's a fucking amazing guy. He's very smart. You know, when he writes articles, I always used to say he was my favorite writer at MD, okay, in bodybuilding. So, you know, and I love these guys. So, you know, I don't get involved and I don't blast people, you know what I mean? I don't blast the guys on it. You didn't see me when I did the video with the Liver King, you know, and about the Liver King and, what the hell's his name? You know, Mona's husband there, you know, I don't, you know, Mona Morrison was my friend, you know, long time, okay, you know, I don't get involved in that shit, you know, I don't get involved, you know, they're good people, so I'm not gonna fucking, I can't stand the internet has destroyed people's lives, and too many of these fucking YouTube guys who don't know what they're talking about, okay? Okay? They don't know what they're talking about. I was talking about Michael Hearn when I said Mona Morrison's husband. I gotta take my game face. I gotta take my fucking game face right here. You know, let me tell you something. Best nootropic on the planet. Smokes Alpha Brain. I told you about that shit many times. Anyway, GameFaceSupplements.com. My friend owns it. I don't get no scatol on it. I'm not a fucking, there's no promo code, Momo, anything. It's Game Faces. I take it. Okay? And it really works. 800 milligrams of lion's mane in that shit. You go find 800 milligrams of lion's mane in anything. Okay? There's a lot of mushroom extract. It's phenomenal shit. Alright, forget that shit. I'm just saying that because I'm all over the place right now, because I got so many different emotions and feelings on things. But, so Michael Hearn is who I was talking about when I said Mona Morrison's husband, okay? You know, people blast him out. He's not natty, he's this, he's that. I don't give, first of all, do you really give a fuck? And I believe him. I believe he's really not that jacked. I mean, he's a big guy. But he's not like fucking, he's like fucking 6-something. If you see him, he's not like a fucking, he's not like you know, this guy's a fucking my height, you know, I mean, he's 5'6", who fucking way bigger than him. Anyway, I don't give a shit. What do you fucking care? These people don't even know who he is. This guy's making videos. These people made videos about me. That guy, Nick, whatever his name is, suppose he threw me under the bus recently. Nick Trujuli, or whatever the fuck, okay? I don't care. Let him do it. I don't give a shit. She said, what? If join the bash party. Get in line. I got fucking whole, a lot of people who say shit about me on the line. I don't care. I don't care. I don't hate the guy. You didn't see me make a video blasting him back, right? Did you see me make a video blasting that guy Nick Trigili back? No. People coming to me, I said about you with the fucking synthol and whatever. He wants to think whatever. I don't care. Give a shit. Think what you want. I don't give a shit, He never met me. Maybe if he sat down and talked with me and got to know me and talked to the people who've known me for a long time, like Dave and all, then he might have a different view, But you don't know me. You just see what you see visually. Okay? You don't... Listen. Okay, listen to me. When you judge somebody, and you just judge them by the way they look or who you think they are, like you did with Big Rob, Big Lenny, and people like that, okay? You don't know what they think inside. You don't know any personal drama that they might have, or maybe that they got going on in their lives. You don't know that they might be in a personal hell. They might be dealing with personal problems, personal issues that you don't know about. Okay, you just see what they look like here. But you don't know what, maybe they're in a private hell, and you're going to put them down. If you don't know them, you shouldn't say anything. That's why I don't like these YouTube creators. I don't like half these guys. They just get online, all they do is talk about everybody else. Okay, unless you know the person. Okay? Unless you know that person personally. You shouldn't be talking about anybody. Because you don't know what that person has going on. There's people you don't know. Look at my boy Bob Bonham, who hung himself. On the outside, you see him, he's a great guy, he's all smart, but you didn't know he had a hell. He had a demon that was stabbing him constantly, because he started losing his marbles, fucking around with that antidepressant stuff and all that shit. And that shit'll ruin you. That shit'll destroy you. You don't need anxiety medicines. You don't need any of that shit. I have a friend who's on Lexapro. Can't get off of it. He feels great when he, is on it. All of a sudden he starts to get off and he fucking feels like he's going to die. And he has to jump right back on. It means he's addicted to it. That means that pill owns you. That means if there was ever a fucking nuclear holocaust here and he couldn't get that pill and he was survived, that would kill him. He'd go nuts. You understand? Human emotion, the human brain, the human soul, we all got a lot in us, okay? And each person's different. You can't chastise, you can't point the finger like that. You can't do it. I won't do it. Alright? I love Dave. If Dave was in a fist fight, I'd stand behind, I'd break it up or I'd stand with him always. But in this case, this is an internet squabble over shit that both guys are on the same team. Do you understand that? They're really both on the same team. It's that they see each other differently, but they don't really know each other like that. So I'm not going to get in the middle of that. I like Leo Rex too. I like him. I'm not going to get in the middle of that though. Unless there was danger or violence, then I jump in and I end it. I douse the flame. I'm not going to be that guy, bro. I'm not that guy. I'm going to tell a story in a minute. If I have to be that guy, I could be a very bad boy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm done with that. I'm 62 years old. I don't look it. Alright? I'm almost 27 years older than my girlfriend. And I've been with her for forever. I need a younger one now. But I'm just kidding. But the thing is that I'm not, there's no longer who's the toughest guy in school. It doesn't matter. Because the jail's full of tough guys. And there's guys in jail who aren't even tough, but they're crazy. And it makes the crazy outdoes tough any day of the week. Because, again, I've told this before. When I was locked up, there was a guy who was a kid. He was 18 years old. And he was small. He must have been 5'2". But you want to know something? Even the biggest dudes wouldn't fuck with him. You know why? Because he was fucking crazy. He wouldn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit who you are. He'd wait till your back is turned and he would stick a fork in your eyeball. He stuck a plastic fork in somebody's eye. Do you understand what I'm saying? Took it out. He don't care. Crazy will outdo fucking tough any day of the week. Alright? Kabish, okay? I'm just telling you. Alright. So, that's the whole RX, my opinion about that. I'm not going to bless Leo Rex. It's not going to happen. Dave Palumbo, I love him. He's my brother. I will always stand by him. This has nothing to do with that, though. This is a squabble. This is like I said, this is a cat fight. This is like two chicks fucking, scratching his other eyes out over shit. They're on the same fucking team. Okay? That's what this is. They're both on the same team. I'm not going to talk shit about either one of those guys. I love Dave. Leo Rex, I love him too, Dave's my brother, though. You know what I'm saying? But Leo Rex has got my love and respect always, too. He's been very good to me. Tony Hughes, too. By the way, though, Tony Hughes and I, we're crazy motherfuckers. He's fucking funny. Him and my girlfriend talk all the time on the IMs and shit. What do you call it? Text message. Yeah, I know. I'm behind the time with the phone. You know that already. Alright, so, I think I'm going to save the death shit for the next, we're going to talk about that, I think, in the next video. Right now, maybe I'll just talk about, I'll tell you the quick story from back in the day. Maybe I'll learn a little lesson. Okay, alright, so that's what we'll do. Because otherwise these tapes get too long. I keep calling them tapes. I just ate. That's why I keep fucking burping and shit. Though. Not burping, like, I don't have indigestion. I'm just a fucking momo. Alright? Alright. So, that's what I think I'm going to do. We'll do the death thing. We'll talk about death, dealing with death and anxiety, and we'll do a nice one on that stuff. Maybe we'll talk about, maybe it'll help some of you guys. Maybe some of you guys don't want to hear that. Maybe you're like, I'll skip that video. Whatever. So it's your prerogative. Maybe I'll throw something bodybuilding in there so you watch something. Maybe get a little something to feed you. But other than that, we'll talk about that in the next video, I think. Maybe that'd be best. Because I'm ranting too long here. Alright. So we'll do the story and then that's it. Alright, here's the story. Let me try to get this really fast here. As a teenager, like 1979 and stuff, I worked in a bar. From when I was 18 to 1978. I worked in a strip club, okay? Back then they were called go-go bars or topless bars, all right? And the name of the club was called the Lake Lounge, and it was in Mayapack, New York. And, I brought this girl to my, one of the strippers to my senior prom. I actually dated her, and she was like a girlfriend to me, okay? So she's the girl I brought to my senior prom. She was a stripper. Now, a lot of the Huns bikers used to bring the girls. The girls ran from Connecticut, was their main hub. Okay, there was like a agency, so to speak, and they would send the girls to the Lake Lounge where I worked. They would send 4 or 5 girls each week, and then they would swap. Then the girls would go to the next club and another club and another club, and then we'd get new girls. So every week the girls would change. So and they weren't like local girls. A few of them would come in locally and stuff and strip, but and it was topless only, and but for the most part they worked up for this. They had to work. So it was a mafia thing. These guys were from the mafia, bro. They were wise guys. Okay. The guys who owned this place in Connecticut, that owned the agency, they were 2 brothers, and they were like underbosses in this crime family, and they would have bikers bring the girls, and a lot of them were Huns, and they were good guys. I got along really, really well with them. But every once in a while, a rival biker gang, because there was a lot of bikers hung out in these places, a rival biker gang would come in, and, they'd get drunk, it'd be loud, and ironically, so I was the bouncer, bouncer doorman, which I took the cover, and the cover charge was $1. This is 1979, 1978, you know what I'm saying? I worked there for a couple of years, but straight, I worked 7 days a week. I used to go to high school during the day, and then at night, I'd be working till 3 in the morning in this club. 3 is when we closed. I'd got home around 4. But, so, I lived a unique life, bro. I was a legend in high school. Everybody used to, they all knew. Even some of my teachers would show up at the friggin' place. It was funny. They'd be like, shh, don't say nothing. But, anyway. So I took this girl, I took her to my senior prom and everything. Forget about that. I don't know why I just said that. Because I'm repeating myself. But, anyway, getting back to the story. So the Huns would come up there and they'd bring the girls. And this one night, the boss, one of the 2 brothers that are bosses, that are under bosses, I'm going to call him the Italian guy. One of the Italian guys came with another Italian guy who was a bodyguard. Okay, so you got so the Italian guy and his bodyguard are there, and they're with the Huns. Now, there's a rival gang now in there, and there's pool tables and shit in there. So there's a rival gang in there, and they come in there, and they start kind of a little bit getting a little wild with the Huns. So the Italian guy, who, like I said, he's the boss. He runs the agency. He's one of the two brothers. Is with his goon with him, and they're arguing with this rival gang, and the Huns, on their side. As on the Italian guy's side. So they're arguing, and next thing I know, I see this big fucking goon of a biker standing there. Cleft chin, just what you'd see, long fucking hair, but big, tattoos. Now, remember, at the time, I was already a bodybuilder, but I was not fucking big. I wasn't on no steroids or nothing. I was like 165 pounds, built and jacked, but these guys were like, you ever see these biker dudes? Some of them are fucking 300 pounds, fucking 6'6" and shit. Anyway, so this guy comes up, right, and they're arguing, and he fights one of the Huns, and he hits a Hun, and he fucking, boom, he knocks him out. So now he's arguing with this brother, this Italian guy, the Italian guy, one of the brothers here, and now the brother hits him, bang, and knocks him out. It's the first time I ever saw anybody get knocked out. So they got a Hun that got knocked out, and you got this rival biker, like, thug, who just got hit by the Italian mafia guy, the boss, one of the two brothers, hit him and knocked him out. His goon didn't hit him, he hit him. Okay, and now it's like a melee starting, okay? I'm 165 pounds, like I said, So my boss, the bartender, jumped over. The boss that's there too, he's like in the back room. He comes running out, and now we're trying to break everything up. There's big fucking melee going, and guys are getting knocked out, and this pool sticks is swinging and shit, And it finally gets stopped. We got it all calmed down. Now the big goon with the Italian guy, as we get it all leaving, he starts arguing with one of the guys, again, another, biker at the bar, as everybody's, settling down in. What does he do? He hits a guy and he knocks him out. Now the melee starts again. Call the cops. Cops, come take everybody out of there. We tell the goon and everything, and the boss, the mafia guy, we tell him, get out of here, because he's with us, really, basically, you know what I mean? He's the one who supplies the girls, so we tell him, get the fuck out, the cops come. One guy didn't want to leave. He was, reluctant to leave. His boys are trying to get him out. He's with the rival gang now. He's with the rival biker gang. Okay, and he's kind of getting crazy, and he grabs at one of the girls, and he was a big motherfucker. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you, he was like one of their enforcer guys, right? He was a big fucking guy. He was trying to get one of the girls to leave with them. So he grabs her, and she tells him, no, don't do it, get off me, right? So I grabbed an ashtray off the fucking bar, and I hit him right here in the fucking head. And as he bent down like this, I grabbed him. He had real long hair. And I grabbed him, and I held his head down. Now, I'm kicking him in head and kneeing him and everything. I can't even show you. I have his head down, and I'm fucking hitting him with my knee and everything in the head. And I could feel the power of this guy. I'm a buck 60. This guy, a buck 65. This guy was fucking a monster. Just like what you see, long hair, fucking handlebar, big motherfucker, you know what I mean? And he's going crazy, and I cannot, I got his head down, and my arm is locked in like this position, okay? So I'm holding his head, and I'm holding his head this far off the floor. So I got his head down, his body's behind him. And he's trying to get at me, swiping his hands, but I have his hair so tight. So fucking tight, and I had my arms locked. He couldn't get at me, so everybody, kind of jumps on him, and he's like a fucking animal, throwing people around, but I would not let his head up, because I knew that if I let his head up, and that he could get at me, he would have kicked my fucking ass, and I'm going to be honest with you. I was only 18, 19 years old at the time, alright, again, buck 65, whether I lift the weights or not, this guy was a fucking big fucking animal, and the only thing I had was his fucking hair. I had him by the hair. That's why most guys that fight, like the skinheads always say they shave their head for battle, All right, so your hair could be a weapon. Remember, fucking Hoist Gracie used that guy Chemo's hair as a weapon. He grabbed his hair and shit, and that's how we had him. You know, he held his head. I had his fucking head down, and I knew, holy shit, I cannot let him go. I was using my weight, leaning on hair forward, and I both arms locked. And the only way I would let him go is if they had him subdued. So finally, they got him subdued. Okay, there was a bunch of, everybody, patrons jumped in, everybody, and they sat him. His friends came back and they stopped it. Everything was just, it came, it was a melee. They took him out of it. His friends grabbed him and pulled him out of there. And he was still trying to get at me. He was like an animal. About an hour later, I'm in the bar and I'm talking with the girls, and everything is, kind of like the quiet after the storm. You know what I mean? Everybody's talking about it. The place is a little bit of a wreck. Because it was a melee, because, the Italian guys are gone, the whole bit, right? And my other boss comes in, all right? He lived down in Yonkers, and he came in and he said to me, Greg, do me a favor. He goes, go in the back room and stay there for a minute. And I said, what? He goes, go in the back room and stay there. And I was like, why should I don't want to stay there. I'm going to take, this is at the end of the night, I'm going to take this girl home. I'm taking her out of here. He goes, no. He goes, you're not taking her anywhere. Just go in the back room. The back room is the kitchen. That's the one where I told you about, where watch the story I talk on Generation Iron about the tonsils. Watch that story. It's a great story. Strip club. Watch the strip club story in Generation Iron. That's a fucking great story. But anyway, they had a kitchen in the back, and I went in the back, and he made me go in the kitchen. Next thing I know, cops come fucking tearing in, right? And there are fucking state troopers coming in there like, I hear this guy's voice. Now, I know one of the troopers, because he worked out with me at the gym. His name was Doug. And he comes in, he goes, where's Greg? And my boss goes, he's in the back room. And he said, oh, let me get him. And he gets me, I hear it, and we walk him out and everything. And sure enough, what happened was, my boss, when he came to work, now he came from Yonkers, he came in and he came to work, there was a guy outside, and it was that guy. The guy who, I had his hair, and he was waiting for me in a car with another guy, and he had a shotgun. And my boss saw him and said, what are you doing out here? What's going on? You can't be on this property, get out of here right now. And the guy put the shotgun up. He said, I'll fucking kill you. I'm waiting for your bouncer. I'm going to kill him. Like that. Like as soon as he comes out, I'm going to blow his fucking brains out. My boss, believe it or not, was armed. So my boss could have shot him in the head, but he didn't want to do that. He just said, listen, calm down. I'll straighten everything out. And he ran in and he told me to go in the back room because he was afraid if the guy did come in at the front door, I was going to get shot. But he had no intention of coming. He knew that it was closing time. And that I would, because he didn't like the fact that this little punk fuck, me, okay, had him by the hair. The hair was the weapon that I used to stop him. His own hair, okay, by putting his head down like that. And he was going to kill me. The cops came and arrested him. And that's when they came and got me out of the back room. Because one of the cops they were state troopers. And I knew the one from the gym. You know what I'm saying? Doug. And it was crazy because I would have went out there with that girl. If my boss didn't come in to count the money at that very second, you know what I mean? Like to do the money thing that he used to do at the end of the night with the other boss who was already in the office, who was in the melee. I would have got fucking shot. I would have fucking been shot. That guy that guy was a trouble, had gone to prison for all kinds of, this is the 70s, bro. Back then the fucking biker gangs were violent as hell. All right, but, the Huns were with us because they used to bring the girls from Connecticut to the club. They were their escorts. You know what I mean? They were like their bodyguards, their escorts, and they would hang out in the club, and they were good. We got along with that. But this was their rival. I don't remember the name of their gang, but it was a rival gang, and this guy was a fucking monster. But I would have got my ass kicked, and kicked. If he got loose, I would have got my ass kicked, but I would have got shot in the fucking head by a shotgun had my boss not been coming in at that moment, because nobody else was outside. The place was just closing. You know what I mean? It was dead. And he came back. He was waiting for me right in the front. Right? Used to park right here's the front steps. right? And there was a parking lot here and here. He was right here, right there. You come down the 3 steps, he would have shot me. Bang! He would have shot me as soon as I got out the door. You know? But, so, anyway, that's, you know, that's the name of that. And, if he had his hair long, if he didn't have his hair long, I would have got my ass kicked anyway. Probably, I don't know. I hit him so hard with a glass ashtray in the fucking side of the head that it knocked him down, like, you know, to the point where he bent over, and that's how I got his hair. Because he was probably like 6'2" or so. You know, everybody's told to me. I'm 5'6". So, you know what I mean? And again, at that time, I was $165 at the most. At the most. You know, I was lean, and all, and he was a biker, and they were fucking crazy, bro. They were absolutely, this guy was so crazy. I could feel his power, but but I had him at the point where I had his head bent like this, and he could not get out of, you know, he could not move. He was trying to swipe at my legs, but I had my legs out, and I had my body, I was leaning like that, you know? Anyway, that's why, like, most warriors don't have long hair. You know what I'm saying? True warriors. Because, well, your hair could be a weapon against you. You know what I mean? If somebody grabs that hair, you know, it could be a weapon against you. I mean, I can guarantee you, I had his hair so fucking tight because I was scared shit to let go. I was scared. I wasn't being a tough guy. I need him a bunch of times to stop him, try to stop him, but it just made him more irate, you know. So now, after kneeing him about 3 times, you know, I threw a few punches, but you can't get any power down there like that with the hands. So I just held him, and I knew, oh my God, if I let this guy go, because she was screaming and everything. And I'm lucky, too, that the other bikers weren't all in there, you know, that they had all left, that he was just trying to get, there was another one in there with him, but, you know, all of that got stopped. Then they all came in and got him out of there. You know, we had patrons, people at work there, everything, and, you know, they were all jumping. I mean, by the end, he had 30 guys on top of him, you know what I mean, so he couldn't get at me, you know, but if he would have got at me, I would have been in trouble. So, I think of that's one of the moments that make you sweat when you think about it, like, you know, because I could have very easily walked out of that club. If my boss wasn't coming in, you know, he always came in at the end of the night to, like, you know, count the money and do other stuff with the other boss, okay? There was a back room. But if I didn't, oh my God, man, you have no idea. If I didn't go in there, I mean, if I would have went outside, he didn't come in, oh, oof. And this guy he could have kicked my ass really easy. Oh, you know, different story today, but anyway. So, that's it. Alright, so if you're a warrior and you grow your hair long, when you see all these, like, warrior movies, a real warrior would never have his head fucking hair long because it's a weapon against them. You know what I'm saying? It's a weapon. You know? Anyway. Alright, so, you know, I don't even know I forgot what part of Connecticut these girls came from. I don't remember. It's been so long. It might have been, it was, New Haven or some, maybe one of those places. I'm not sure where that, you know, this, you're talking a long time ago, but all the girls, they were a lot of biker girls too, so, you know, and the girl I was with, she was from Massachusetts, around the Springfield, Wilbraham, Framingham, or whatever, around that area, you know. If any of you know people up there, her name was Lauren Booth. That was her real name, Lauren Booth, and she'd be about 62 years old. If she's still alive, I don't know. You know, that was a long, long time ago, man. Those were crazy days, you know. Those were crazy. I got so many stories about that. That's where I got gonorrhea, and not from her, but from another girl up there. And I remember my mother would be like, yo, why do you have blood in your underwear? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And I was like, because I had bleeding coming out of my prostate. Oh my God, you don't even know. I had to go to the hospital. Shit, it was so bad. So bad. I had that shit really bad. But anyway. You know, and that's where I picked up my herpes. I got herpes. You know, I've had herpes, my God, my whole fucking, I feel like almost my whole life. I had it when I was 19 years old. I got it from one of them girls, same shit. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Feels like somebody, when that shit gets active, man, it feels like somebody put a cigarette out on my fucking Ugats down there, you know. But what are you going to do? Anyway. Alright, guys. That's it. Enough bullshit for today. I will do the death stuff. I'm going to get into that, you know. Again, I appreciate everybody with, you know, the well wishes about my sister and everything. You know, we're very close. I'll get in, you know, maybe in the next video, maybe I'll throw a couple pictures in there so you can see, you know, because she was a really good-looking girl. Even Jimmy the Bull used to say, man, your sister's beautiful. But whatever. I just want you guys to know I love you guys, man. And if you like this video, you know, the reason why I tell you share, it's not because I'm making money, because it helps me to do other videos. Do you understand? Otherwise, I don't really have mojo. But if I see that there's a big, you know, a lot of people wanting videos and stuff, it helps to give me mojo, like, fuck, I got to do a video. Otherwise, I'm not a lazy sod, but I got other shit I'm doing, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much it for this month, okay? All right. So I'll see all you Joe Matarazzas on, I know you guys like when I do say that, but I'll see all you Joe Matarazzas on the RX Muscle videos. Again, no problem. I'm not going to get in a big argument with anybody online for bullshit. I have no problems with Leo. I have no problems. Dave's my brother always. Okay? But this is an internet squabble. It's not like a life or death to guys coming at him with a sword or something, you know what I mean? It's not like that. So, and Leo's always been good to me, and Dave's been great to me. So, that's it. You guys, it's all between you guys, not me. I'm out of here. Be good to your girl, be good to your wife, be good to your significant other. Don't let that anxiety shit fucking... We're going to help you with that shit, you know? Because that shit's bullshit, man. I'm the only one that survived in my whole family. I got all my cousins, most of them are dead. All my aunts and uncles are dead. You know what I'm saying? My grandparents, but I never met my grandfathers. Both were dead before I was born. My grandmas are dead. You know, I have nobody, you know, just my children. You know, that's, you know, in my family. Because everybody's dead. You know what I'm saying? My sister, my parents, they're all dead. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you know, you know, I can help a lot of you. If I don't have anxiety, I'm not sitting here killing myself or in the worst depression. You know, and it hurts me, don't get me wrong. It's not that I can't, you know, mourn that stuff. I do mourn it. But you gotta know how to do that stuff and not like throw your life away over that, because that's not what they want, okay? We'll get into that. If you're not interested in that, I'll throw a little bodybuilding something in the next video too. But then I'm going to make it more about that thing, I think, you know, and some anxiety stuff and everything. Work on that with you guys. But, you know, remember, bodybuilding, it shouldn't be a life. It's more of a lifestyle. It shouldn't even be a sport, in my opinion, because it's an opinion. It's like, look, again, bodybuilding is like, you know, when you pick out who you think is the best bodybuilder or whatever, it's like a Picasso versus like a Michelangelo. Picasso, to me, looked like a high school painting. You know what I mean? But there's people who see the art, the beauty in that. And I won't take that away from anybody. That's your prerogative. You know? To me, Michelangelo's, you know, I come from a family of artists. You know, my father was an artist, my mother was an artist, even my sister was an artist, you know. My sister didn't do it for a living, but she was an artist. She had a major, she was an art major in college. She has a master's degree in art. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, everybody looks at these paintings and sees something different, or, you know, so it's like a body, you know, like bodybuilding. I can see a certain body and I say, my God, that's, how could this guy beat that guy? I mean, I understand the whole, I already know why, but in opinion, it's just a matter of opinion, you know, and my opinion a lot of times is different. Capiche? Alright. I don't know what the hell that's got to do with anything, but anyway, I'm always going to be a bodybuilder. I love bodybuilding. I'm not putting it down. Bodybuilding's my lifestyle, but I don't give two fucks who wins the Olympia, unless maybe Victor Martinez or somebody's in there that's my friend. In that case, then I'm rooting. Then I'm rooting for him. Okay? Other than that, I don't give two fucks. No fucks given. Sorry, not sorry. I shouldn't say that, because that's Alyssa Milano used to say that shit all the time. And, you know, me and her have a history since 1994. She's the one who got me thrown off Twitter, and she mention my name to her. She'll tell you, go fuck yourself. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. I'm just totally ranting away here. I don't know why. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I got things to do. My friend's coming up for dinner. The guy that owns the Game Face. That shit. Alright? I'll see you in the next video. Stop fucking around. And stop fucking stressing bullshit. Okay? That's ridiculous. You don't need a pill for a human emotion. I'm going to end with that.